Hello and welcome. I am very excited to announce that coming in the new year, we will be doing a new thing on YouTube, a new thing for camp. We are going to be trying to do, I don't know if it's a podcast or a video cast. I have to figure that out. We are videotaping it and loading it onto YouTube. So I'm guessing it is a video cast. And as I am the one producing it, I should probably know this. But yeah, it's going to be called the Lives Transformed Videocast. And it's going to be me sitting down with current staff members, past staff members, and we're just going to be talking about their time at camp, where they've seen lives transformed, and along with all the other things. A little behind the scenes, the reason that this is coming up is most of you probably already seen our 8 hours for $80,000 live stream. If you haven't seen that, what are you doing here? You should go watch that because it was a fantastic 8 hours, and we made way more than $80,000 in that fundraiser, and we are so thankful. It was amazing. It was such a blessing. But yeah, as we were planning that, I was going through all of camp's old videos and uploading them onto our computer so we could show them on the live stream. So another reason why you should go back and watch. There's a lot of old funny videos out there. You might see yourself as a camper. But as I was doing that, I started noticing, you start to notice staff members that every year they're back. And I started thinking to myself, I was like, man, just imagine the stories they could tell. And that got me going on this idea of what if we sat down and talked with our staff members and our old staff members and asked them about their time at camp and what working at camp was like, ask them about like what silly stories they have, what grand adventures they went on, and just how they saw lives transformed. So that brings us to here, to now, I guess. Set up a little podcast, video cast booth area in the top of the activity center. Yeah, and I'm really excited to see where this goes, to see who I can talk to and the stories I'm going to hear and I'm going to be able to share with you. So yeah, come along for this wonderful adventure this year. I've got a fun video to start with, just a little sneak peek, an appetizer of what it could look like. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe so you get notified. I think you hit that bell and it will give you an email when a new episode drops. Hit the like button. Every little thing helps us trying to figure out this YouTube algorithm. But yeah. Oh, also, if you have any staff members from the past that you'd like us to try to contact, try to talk to, that would be great. Throw those into the comments. If you are a past staff member and you're like, hey, I want to come on a video cast and talk about my time at camp, I've got some great stories, let me know, or let us know. It'd be great. Yeah, I think that is everything. I'm the Dish Rack, signing off. Hello, welcome to the Lives Transformed podcast. My name is John, or more commonly known as the Distraction or the Dish Rack. And today I am joined by, you want to introduce yourself?
Well, John, my name is Wilhelm, and I'm very excited to be on this new podcast with you. Thank you very much for having me on.
Awesome, Mr. Wilhelm, sorry. So, Wilhelm, can you tell us a little bit about your connection to camp, how you got connected to camp? Do you have a camp name? How did your camp name come about?
Well, John, my camp name, I don't actually have one. The reason I came to camp was Back when Camp Evergreen was looking at redoing their tuck shop, I was approached by Bev Croker. She called me up and she was like, "Hey, Wilhelm, I have a proposition for you." And it all kind of was uphill from there, or downhill. I don't know how you guys say it here. As a moose, going uphill is a lot more work, but it is a lot more enjoyable than going downhill. Because with 4 legs, tripping and falling is very common as a moose. But she wanted me to be the face and the general manager of the tuck shop. And I quickly declined the general manager position because that is not for me at all. But I did accept being the face of the Moose Junction, and that is where the name came from. That is me on the front sign, and yeah, me and Bev worked very hard on that, and we quite enjoyed our time together, buying candy, designing T-shirts, and all that.
That is fantastic. So tell us a little bit more about your story. Tell us about the big one, Moose Junction. That's probably the main reason you're here. Yeah, tell us a little bit more about Moose Junction. How did the idea of Moose Junction come around? How did you become the face of it?
Well, like I said earlier, I was approached by Bev Croker when Camp Evergreen was looking at changing up how they did their tuck shop and even their location of the tuck shop. Some of you may remember the tuck shop was in the activity center, but it has since been moved. She called me up. I don't exactly know why. I think she might have been thinking that a moose would be a good symbol or a good name for the tuck shop, because you need a good name to draw people in. And there's plenty of us moose roaming around Camp Evergreen. So she called me up. We discussed a little bit. I really do enjoy candy, although I really should not be eating any more candy. I'm definitely more of a herbivore, a grass and plants kind of guy. But yeah, she made some good arguments, and we decided to set off together to create the tuck shop, or more commonly known as right now, Moose Junction. It was quite a wild ride. We had to renovate a complete building. There was lots of painting. We put new flooring in, and we're continuing to upgrade it as we speak. We've got some new fridges and freezers that I'm very excited about. It looks very professional in there. But yeah, that is how I came to work at Camp Evergreen. I also just loved the philosophy that you guys at Camp Evergreen have. Your mission and vision to see lives transformed is just phenomenal. I love seeing all those smiling kids' faces as they come to the tuck shop.
So, Mr. Wilhelm, where would you say you've seen lives transformed here at Camp Evergreen? That's the big question.
Well, John, like I was saying, I feel like where I've seen life transformed the most is at the tuck shop, or in front of the tuck shop, in front of Moose Junction. There we have every week, every day, there's a tuck time, and all the campers come to the Moose Junction and they get their candy from their cabin leaders and they sit around and they talk and they play Wilson ball. It is just amazing to see all their smiling faces and to hear all the kids talking about what they've been doing all week. It is just amazing to me. I love it. On the last day, the cabin leaders are asking them how they've seen God work in the past week, and hearing the stories of these kids, oh, it brings a tear to my eye. I must admit, that is my favorite time. I think that giving the kids a little bit of candy brings a lot of joy to their lives, and it's just wonderful. I love bringing joy to people's lives.
And one last question. Well, maybe not the last question. We'll see. How has Camp Evergreen changed your life?
Well, I think camp has really given me something to really wake up in the morning and be excited about. I love sitting in the tuck shop and seeing all the kids' happy faces as they get their candy from Moose Junction. Ah, it is so wonderful. It's made me smile and bring so much joy to my heart as when kids are leaving at the end of the week, their parents are coming in and they're grabbing all the t-shirts and more candy for the ride home. I hear that some parents might use the candy to keep their kids awake so they continue to talk about the week. Others, I believe, probably also tell the kids that they get the candy after they've had a good night's sleep. But it's just so wonderful. Even the first day of camp, seeing all the excited kids coming in for the first time. Oh, that is such a wonderful time. It makes me so happy to be working at Camp Evergreen in the Moose Junction. I am so glad that Bev brought me along on this wonderful adventure. And finally, you want to give a little bit of a plug for Moose Junction? Why, yes, I'd be happy to plug Moose Junction. If you're ever out at Camp Evergreen, please stop by, say hi. I'm usually sitting behind the counter. Say that you saw me on the YouTube. I'd be very happy to talk with you. Also, check out all our wonderful merch. Every year, camp gets new merch. It's very exciting. I love designing all the different t shirts as well, and the hoodies, and there's lots of candy. It's just wonderful. You don't want to miss Moose Junction, and it's very hard to miss Moose Junction at Camp Evergreen. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us on this first episode. It's been a real blast talking to you, getting to know you. We hope to maybe see you again later. For all of you guys out there watching, hit the like button and the subscribe button. That would be greatly appreciated. But also down in the comments, let us know which staff members you'd like to see on the show. Who do you want us to talk to? Who do you want to hear from? I am working on figuring out how to get the Germans in Germany on here. So that if you're out there, Germans watching this, hopefully I'll come in contact with you shortly to be on an episode of the Lives Transformed podcast or videocast. I think it's probably a videocast, but we'll see how that goes too. Awesome. From all of us here at Camp Evergreen, have a great day.